Round 2 of comparing Age of Empires Mobile with Rise of Kingdoms. This time we're going to focus on the world map, fights, visuals, the mechanics, and if it could keep up with ROG's massive KvK battles. Now Age of Empires Mobile is stating that it can handle up to 1000 people fighting on the screen at the same time, so I grabbed some footage from recent fights for a checkup on its potential. A special thanks is going out to Play and 8 for providing the footage, by the way. And while we are watching an Imperial City capture in the background, which is comparable to the Lost Temple in ROG, let me mention some facts about Age of Empires Mobile. It has real-time weather effects leading to terrain changes. Snow, for example, can freeze shallow waters, making them passable for an ambush. Changing visibility ranges and lightning can damage the target area. Oh lord. Terrain in general can be used as an advantage. Ambush spots in the grass, mountain passes that need circumventing, and glaciers that can be traversed. Nice. Real-time marching and fighting on a large map. You can control up to 5 troops and flexibly fight and coordinate closely on the battlefield. Now, nothing new for us ROG players. Real medieval world and historical environments. The game features multiple civilizations, architecture, various types of troops, and famous heroes from the Middle Ages. Personal note, they actually have put a lot of love and passion into the character designs. Also want to participate in the Age of Empires Mobile soft launch? Pre-register now using my link in the description to secure your spot and get ready to conquer. Join the official community and follow their social media channels to stay up to date on all the latest news and events. But now let's come back to the on-map fights. Similar to ROG in Age of Empires Mobile, alliances have to fight their way into the center of the map. While doing that, they have to compete and make allies with other alliances to ultimately occupy the center structure, representing themselves as a leading alliance taking control over the kingdom. In ROG, we have the Lost Temple as a final structure to occupy. In Age of Empires Mobile, it's a huge, really huge scaled Imperial City, which has to be strategically invaded by a well and smart organized alliance, with support of rallies, siege tools like catapults and battering rams, and methodically well-organized team play. The footage you're seeing right now in the background is such an Imperial City. And similar to Rise of Kingdoms, on the first capture you will be fighting against barbarians to be the first occupier. So let's call it the PvE stage, which will be followed by the PvP stage after the first capture, where it's going to be alliance versus alliance, leading to massive scale battles in and outside of those very detailed structures. However, already on the first PvE stage, as you can see, the scale is immersive, immense. It's not bad. If I wouldn't know better, I could imagine this is ROG in a 3D version, or let's say, I wish. Now, after giving you some impression about the scale and capabilities of the graphics engine of Age of Empires Mobile, let's switch to a city capture, which is happening quite often when alliances clashing with each other. Cities are structures which can be built nearly everywhere on the map by an alliance to gain more territorial influence. They can be expanded and they can be improved or fortified. Taking a city requires choosing the right breach point, deploying the right siege engines, and coordinating your forces with precision. Actually, you have to assign troops to protect those demolition teams, keep reserves ready to reinforce, and use scouts to watch for enemy tricks. Now, I have been told that Age of Empires Mobile is trying to keep the structure captures as realistic as possible, based on historical information on how huge armies invaded and captured massive strongholds. In a siege, for example, you had to methodically cut off enemy communication, bringing in your siege engines, battering rams, ladders, catapults, and cover them with infantry. Only then you could breach the gates. So before going for the city gate in Age of Empires Mobile, the outposts have to be neutralized. Only then you could go for the city gates, which have to be supported by siege units like catapults and battering rams. In this footage scenario shown right now, the buildings around the center fort have to be burned and cleared from enemy troops in order to lower the fortification bonuses given to the center fortification. What looks quite simple here requires a smart choice of correct commander combinations. And by the way, Age of Empires Mobile allows to set 3 different commanders instead of 2, as in Rock. Doesn't need to mean much, but hey, that opens the possibility for more different synergy combinations. Rise of Kingdoms, you may want to think about 3 commanders too, please. That would be crazy new possibilities. Going into commander skills and synergies I will cover in another video, by the way, as it deserves its own spotlight. But now coming back to the potential of Age of Empires Mobile compared to Rock, which is really hard to compete with. I think we can make some assumptions. On the realism level of how the environment is simulated in Age of Empires, they have a small lead, I would say. 3D, elements like trees and animals are moving and looking more alive. Weather effects, terrain changes, and maybe something more I haven't witnessed yet. Rock on the world map is more static on that, but that may be a question of taste. For the topic of huge scale battles, we just got an idea of what Age of Empires Mobile is capable of. Now we have mostly seen PvE, which should be followed by PvP soon, and therefore showing massive alliance versus alliance battles on the screen at the same time. For now, I would state that the potential is definitely there, and we have got some good first impression what it's capable of. But the real full screen of marches footage still needs to be delivered. I will watch out for that, by the way. So, is Age of Empires Mobile a Rock killer question? This may be the wrong view. I would rather say Rock needs to think of some improvements, because a strong competitor just entered the stage. And as Rock added improvements afterwards, like even drag and drop wasn't possible in Rock at the beginning, Age of Empires Mobile will most likely and even faster be able to add and polish additional features. Note, we're living in a time of AI, things can be accomplished much faster if being utilized the right way. Personally, of course, I won't stop playing Rock just because of something 3D and better looking graphics. Mechanics wise there also is a difference and the stakes are high, as Rock menus and management just feels very smooth and fast to use. It's more simple, but simple things are easier and faster to control. At the end, it will be a question of taste and who got the bigger budget for advertisement, I guess. That's it for video 2, folks. Video 3 is in the making with some more nice footage to cover. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.